and that's to do with sex crimes in school. But like Zinzi has rightly put it, there's also another story here, and Kenya is one step closer to becoming an oil exporter, an oil company, the first one in East Africa. Let me start with you, Mheshimiwa. We do know that there are quite a number of countries in Africa that are very rich in resource, but unfortunately, when we look at them, and I'll take a case in point, maybe the Democratic Republic of Congo, where they have huge deposits of diamond, it becomes a war country. Question is Kenya ready to export oil? Do we have ourselves ready to not have external interference? And are we able to manage the capacity of oil that we have, and also just the resource, that particular resource of oil?
I think we are lucky in a way, because we have come into the oil producing phase of our history at a later time. So I think we're better prepared than the Democratic Republic of Congo in terms of lessons learned, best practices, and in terms of legislation, as well as the sharing of the resources. You must also remember that, in fact, the level of development of countries that have resources are very much at a lower level. There are issues of democracy, issues of governance. There are disputes over leadership and the direction of that particular country. There are serious problems of ethnicity and underdevelopment surrounding those areas. And Turkana is not very different to a certain extent, but fortunately, we are much more ahead than many of the countries in Africa that have had resources or oil. And in some ways, we would be able to avoid the scourge of resources. I mean, the misfortune of having resources and then leading to conflict, because we are much more a robust democracy than some of those countries. And hopefully, we would be able to manage it in a way that would minimize ethnic friction, resource conflicts or wars, as is in the case in many countries. Even Somalia is a resource conflict. It's not so much ethnic. Ethnic is maybe just a
smaller portion of the reason.
It is a trigger, but not necessarily the underlying problem or causes of conflict.
All right, Jane, coming to you on still on the same question there, the way we frame this. As a media practitioner, the first firm to reap big from Kenya's oil trade is a company that is, has a contract of a whopping 1.5 billion to transport fuel ships using 100 trucks. But your thoughts on how we've basically given Kenyans the story of oil resource that has been found in Kenya, and whether we fully understand what is actually, what deposit we have and what resource we have?
The media should really try to tell the story of oil from the point of the community. Is this oil going to benefit the community from where it is found? Although all land resources or resources found on land belong to the government. But if we want to avoid conflict, if we want to avoid problems, we should try and find a way of ensuring that the community from which this mineral resource is found also benefits. But the problem with Kenya is the middlemen. You know, the minute the middlemen come in, the community is not going to benefit, or the community is going to be exploited. And when people start scrambling for a resource, and you know, a resource like oil means big money. Already we are talking of big money just from transport alone. We are not even talking about now that we are selling, that oil that we are taking to ships. You know, we are not even using it in our country. We are transporting it to Mombasa so that it can go somewhere else.
To be refined
and sold back to us. And that is the problem even with countries like Nigeria. The oil delta in Nigeria is conflict prone throughout. So it's because as a country then, it would be important that we learn from these countries that have conflict. Why do they have conflict? And what can we do to avoid those conflicts? I think for me, that is where I would look at it from.
All right.
Yeah.